Maybe the officials missed it in the game, and then when they have to...
So when a player makes illegal contact, it's called a personal foul, which means this would be... So that would... Yeah, that's a personal foul. No! There is no foul. You know, it's because that's why. But when a player makes unnecessary illegal contact, then it's called a flagrant one foul, which means this would be... Let's see, that's unnecessary. Yep, that's a flagrant one foul. No! What would you think? The player made normal illegal contact, which means it's just a personal foul. See what I mean? The player was just trying to get into a defensive position and accidentally made contact with the other player. That's why. But when the illegal contact is unnecessary and excessive, then that would be a flagrant 2 foul, which means this would be, so that's unnecessary and excessive. That would be a flagrant 2 foul. No. Flagrant 1 foul? No.
Referee Angelica Suffren has suddenly become the center of attention after a controversial moment involving Caitlin Clark. During the play, Clark appeared to take significant contact to the throat, and many fans believe Suffren had an unobstructed view of the entire sequence. Instead of stopping play, however, she allowed the action to continue without a whistle. That decision has sparked a wave of criticism online, with viral clips prompting many viewers to ask whether the WNBA should review the officiating and consider disciplinary action if league rules warrant it. As the footage continues to circulate across social media, frustration among fans has only grown, with some accusing the league's officiating of failing to protect one of its biggest stars.
You have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at...
The controversy only intensified afterward. Supporters of Alyssa Thomas, including people close to her and voices around the team, began defending her publicly, with some arguing that she was the one being treated unfairly. They claimed the league mishandled the situation and should have communicated its decision more clearly. That response quickly became another major talking point as fans continued debating how the incident was handled.
All right, ladies, your thoughts just as the league continues to work through what many perceive as consistency issues, especially when it comes to games being officiated, Lisa.
Well, officiating is tough. I don't know if anybody's ever even tried to officiate. It's not the easiest game. It's one of the most thankless jobs you can do. But in this particular situation, I thought that the last official should have been able to catch that. I was actually watching this game, and I was like, oh, wow, that was a bit much. So in that moment, I thought that the official missed the call. I'm not surprised that the league went back and fined Alyssa Thomas. But I think at the same time, it's tough to think that official would have missed that they didn't have a replay on it. That was tough to me. And I think overall, the league's got to do better. The officials have got to do better, but also players. Players have to clean it up. We used to play in a way that you protected one another. Yeah, I want to play physical. I want to play hard, but I'm not out here trying to hurt you. If I was out there for a loose ball and it was Renee down there, yeah, I'm going for the ball, but if I accidentally punched Renee or hit her in some kind of way, maybe the play goes on, but I help her up. I help her up, you know what I mean? Just out of the, like, dang, my bad. You know, so I think that part is important too, the reaction. Maybe if Alyssa Thomas would have even turned like, dang, my bad, I didn't mean to hit you like that.
Many analysts believe the WNBA made the right decision by suspending Alyssa Thomas, but not everyone agrees on the league's handling of the incident. Hall of Famer Lisa Leslie pushed back against comments from Phoenix Mercury head coach Nate Tibbetts, arguing that the play crossed the line. Critics acknowledge that coaches naturally want to stand behind their players, yet many felt it would have been more appropriate to recognize that the contact was unnecessary. Some described it as a cheap shot, even if they believed there was no intent to cause serious harm. That difference in perspective has only fueled the ongoing debate, with fans and commentators continuing to argue over whether the play was simply physical basketball or a moment that deserved accountability.
100% supported by us. The people in this league know who AT is. She's a competitor, she's a winner, and she's tough. The one thing she is not is cheap. I respect Steph White. I got to know her with USA Basketball. I respect her as a coach and a person, and I understand her sticking up for Caitlin in this situation. But to say that we had 2 cheap shots in that game, to me, is ridiculous. Steph knows AT. She got the opportunity to coach AT for 2 years, and she knows what AT stands for and what she's about. Next, I'd like to hit on my disappointment with the suspension process by our league and our leaders in the W. This was not a thorough investigation, in my opinion. The people involved were not questioned at all. It's extremely disappointing. No one from the league called AT, our security team, or myself about what we felt like happened in this situation.
What has surprised many fans just as much as the incident itself is seeing several players publicly defend Alyssa Thomas instead of focusing on what happened during the play. To those critics, the conversation has shifted away from the contact Caitlin Clark absorbed and toward portraying Thomas as the one who was wronged. That reaction has only added to the frustration. Many viewers argue that if a play involving significant contact to the neck results in only a 1-game suspension, it raises bigger questions about where the league draws the line. They believe the punishment doesn't send a strong enough message about player safety and accountability. The criticism doesn't stop with this single play. Fans have pointed to other physical incidents throughout recent seasons, including moments involving Sophie Cunningham, as examples of what they see as inconsistent officiating and discipline. They argue that repeated hard fouls, elbows, shoving, and other overly physical plays have too often gone unchecked during games, leaving officials under increased scrutiny. While the league has reviewed several of these incidents after the fact and issued discipline in some cases, many supporters still believe stronger in-game officiating and more meaningful penalties are needed if player safety is going to remain a priority.
It's either incompetence or intentional. Both are embarrassing. The WNBA, they just keep driving into a wall at full speed with Caitlin Clark. They now have a commemorative poster of 30 years of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark's not on it. And it's not just like an ode to the veterans that started the league. Paige Beckers and Angel Reese are on it. And Caitlin Clark's not. You guys, when she broke into the league, you moved her road games to bigger arenas to accommodate the fans. You were flying the last 6 rows of Southwest Airlines until she made such an impact, you transitioned, pivoted to private jets. And she's not on the 30-year poster. But Paige Beckers and Angel Reese are. What? I mean, recently there were TV games. Hers got double the rating of Asia Wilson, the best player in the league, the 3-time champ and the 4-time MVP. Double the rating. This is a paranoid, weird, insular league.
The debate has even drawn reactions from major sports voices. Colin Cowherd recently criticized the WNBA after the league released its 30th anniversary promotional poster without featuring Caitlin Clark. The decision immediately sparked discussion because, despite Clark's enormous impact on attendance, television ratings, and overall interest in the league, players like Paige Beckers and Angel Reese appeared in the campaign while Clark did not. For many fans, that omission was difficult to understand. Supporters argue that Clark has played a significant role in expanding the league's visibility, with sold-out arenas, increased media attention, and record-breaking viewership becoming regular headlines during her time in the WNBA. From that perspective, leaving one of the sport's biggest attractions off a milestone promotional poster seems surprising and fueled even more debate about the league's messaging. At the same time, the conversation has shifted back to officiating. Many fans are asking whether the referee involved in the recent Caitlin Clark altercation should face a formal league review. Their concern isn't just about one missed call. It's about whether repeated incidents involving excessive physical play are being handled consistently. Critics argue that if dangerous contact continues to go unpunished during games, the risk of a more serious injury only increases. That's why many believe the league must carefully evaluate both its officiating standards and its approach to protecting players before another controversial moment dominates the headlines.